Hey everyone, welcome back to Shade Review. In today's video, we are reviewing the brand new Maui Jim Kahiko sunglasses. But first, I'd like today's video sponsor, our own website, shadereviewstore.com, the absolute best place to buy designer sunglasses, up to 80% off the original MSRP. Again, the website there is shadereviewstore.com. Check it out. So let's go ahead and pop these sunglasses on face and talk about the dimensions. These have 53mm lenses and a 16mm bridge, and this is the standard and only size of these sunglasses that Maui Jim produces. And something that I really need to know here is the fact these frames do not have spring hinges, so they're not going to bend out and give a custom fit to the face. They have a little bit of flex here, but definitely nothing like a actual Maui Jim spring hinge would have, so definitely keep that in mind. Now, this pair of sunglasses is also part of Maui Jim's kind of budget collection. These come in at only $189. And as all of you probably know, every single pair of Maui Jim sunglasses has polarized lenses, so that makes these frames basically cheaper than I think almost any pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses with polarized lenses. So you're definitely getting a really good value when it comes to this particular pair of frames coming from a price standpoint. To make these frames come in at such a cheap price, Maui Jim definitely had to shave off a couple of kind of deluxe features off of these frames to be able to make them this cheap. Now, as far as the exact colorway that I have in today's video, these have Maui Jim's matte dark Havana frames, which look really nice. And I believe the material here is a nylon, or kind of Maui Jim's nylon proprietary material. And it's not going to look nearly as good as an acetate would, but it's definitely a very durable and strong material, and it still looks really good in the sun. Again, not nearly as good as acetate. It kind of looks painted on, the kind of tortoise color kind of looks painted on, but definitely still a good looking pair of frames as far as the actual colorway of them go. And then the lenses here are Maui Jim's signature HCl bronze lenses. These are personally my favorite Maui Jim lens. They do a really good job of enhancing the contrast and the colors, and it kind of gives a nice brown tint to the world. I really do like these lenses. And the lens material here is Maui Jim's Maui Pure lenses. It's their most popular lens, and it combines optics almost as crisp as their super thin all glass lenses, but they're still ultra lightweight, very scratch resistant, and also shadow resistant as well. So a very advanced lens. And when looking through these lenses, everything's gonna be very crisp and clear, and these polarized lenses are going to block 99.9% of glare, and of course 100% of UVA and UVB rays. So basically everything you'd want in a polarized lenses, these definitely have. Now, as far as some of the cost cutting that they did with this pair of frames, the first thing is going to be these frames don't have any rubberized nose rest to help them stick on the face. Your nose is just going to sit right here on the actual frame of the sunglasses, and because of that, if you kind of get hot and sweaty, they're just going to kind of slide down the nose a little bit more. And of course, your mileage will vary depending on your nose structure here. For me, if I'm getting really sweaty, they're going to slide down just a little bit, and that can be a little bit annoying, kind of having to keep pushing them up. And then here on the ear rest, again, there is not any rubberized material. It is just the same material that the actual frame is made out of. Now, I do have an interesting little kind of slash here, and then here on the temples again, we can see a little slash, which is kind of a cool temple design as well. Definitely kind of something a little bit interesting. Now, as far as the actual hinges go, these are completely plastic hinges, but they do, I believe, have a metal rod that runs through them, which is going to help add some strength to the frames. But they are, again, are not spring hinges, but they do have a lot of bit of flex here. So here we can see there's a lot of bit of flex here, but then if you were to push it down, it is kind of springy, so it has a kind of like a spring hinge to them. But also, if you were to just close the frames like this, there's a lot of gap here. So frames are not going to hug on a shirt really good if you just kind of put them on your shirt. There's definitely a big gap there, and then a lot of play until it fully opens. So it's kind of either fully opened or fully closed with a lot of play on either end of that. So it's definitely not very premium, and I don't really like the feel of that opposed to something like Maui Jim spring hinges that kind of bend out. Now, if we take a look here, the inner right temple of the frames, we can see the Maui Jim model number and the sizing information, and then it says made in Japan. And these frames are in fact made in Japan. I'm actually really impressed with that, because usually cheaper sunglasses that Maui Jim sells would be made in Italy. And a lot of brands now make their cheaper frames in China. These are made in Japan, and Japan is known for having exceptionally high quality eyewear. somewhere. So it's actually really, really nice to see. I was not expecting it to say made in Japan when I saw this was a budget pair of frames. Then if we take a look here at the inner left temple of the frames, we can see it says the model number and then some more information there as well. Now, as far as logoing goes, we got to talk about the elephant in the room. That, of course, is not the painted on Maui Jim logo that is always there. It looks pretty good. It is actually this huge kind of vintage Maui Jim logo that is found on both the left and right hand side, and that is a really big, very bold logo. It's kind of advertising Maui Jim, and I really don't love that logo. It's not subtle, it's not discreet, it is very loud, and depending on what colorway you buy, it's going to potentially even be louder. So they do make a black pair that has a black Maui Jim font, but all the other ones are going to be extremely loud, and they do have one with blue Hawaii lenses where the text logo here is going to be blue, and that thing is really bright, very loud. I really don't like that at all. It's kind of cool because it matches, but it is way too loud for my particular taste. If you like it, that's completely fine. It just, for me, it's way too loud, and I'm not trying to, advertise for a sunglass company personally. Now, as far as coverage from sun goes, these frames have these squared off lenses, so of course they're not going to offer very good coverage from sun. So here up top, we can see there is a massive gap to let sunlight in unprotected, and then here on the sides, again, there's a really big gap that does let sunlight in unprotected. So overall, not a very practical pair of sunglasses, but honestly, I do really like this kind of fun summer style to them. So now, as far as weight goes, these frames are very lightweight, coming in at only 31 grams. So you can wear these frames all day long without any discomfort, which is really, really nice. And they have a pretty good balance to them because they do not have those all glass lenses. So here we can see they're kind of perfectly balanced and are going to sit on the face really, really nice. So again, you can wear these frames all day long without any discomfort, which is really, really nice. I do like that a lot. So overall, I think it's a really great pair of Maui Jim sunglasses. $189 in 2024 for a pair of polarized Maui Jim sunglasses with Maui Pure lenses is honestly insane. It is an unbeatable price, and I definitely recommend taking a look at these if you're looking for a great pair of polarized Maui Jim sunglasses. So I'm going to leave a link in the description down below directly to Maui Jim's website if you are interested in picking a pair of these frames. And we also do have one or two of these available on our website for a little bit off the original MSRP, so that makes them even cheaper. So make sure to check these out on our website, shadereviewstore.com as well. But that's all, guys, for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a big thumbs up down below, and of course, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and then you'll be notified every single time I put a brand new video just like this one to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.